This is a crazy Big U update, and from the outside looking in, is inexplicable. It is not good by any form of the imagination. This is really bad. This new drama is surrounding the trial date. So a couple of days ago, the feds filed paperwork saying that that Big U and all the defendants, they have waived their rights to a speedy trial, and they are all moving for a trial date set for next year, May of 2026. The judge, the prosecutors, and the court, they're all moving as if the trial date is a done deal. All the defendants and their team of attorneys have signed off on a trial date of May of 2026. Yesterday, Friday, when Big U was in court, Big U objected. He says, I never agreed to this. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I don't waive my right to a speedy trial. And it became very problematic and confrontational between him and his attorney in court. Now, this was all documented firsthand by Eddie Boy of Los Angeles. He was actually in court and he's giving his firsthand account of it. I actually heard this as well from a lot of other people who was present, including courtroom reporters.
His lawyer got up there. You can tell his lawyer was frustrated. To me, his lawyer's a dump truck. I don't care what nobody say, bro. You know, I probably feel the same way about his lawyer, the way he feel about his lawyer. Man, the lawyer's a truck, man. The dude's a truck, bro. The dude talking about he want to file a motion, pertaining that, him and Mr. Henley's having some difficulties, some differences, and some misunderstanding with each other, and all this and all that. But see, when this is what a lot of people need to understand, man, that you as lawyer, dude, you representing him. He is paying you. So if the man wants a speedy trial, you supposed to make that happen. Irregardless of what somebody else is talking about, or the other defendants' lawyers was talking about, or what the DA is talking about, that's his dude. You his lawyer.
He's 100% right. His duty is to serve Big U and to do what Big U want. Now, as a counsel, should you advise on the right path? Yes. And is the right path extending this to May of 2026? Absolutely. You should want to extend this as far as possible, especially if you have 20,000 wiretaps to go through. But in this case, now I don't know if this is like a court-appointed lawyer or if he's paying for it. His son is in the NFL. I would assume he actually has a paid attorney. But a paid attorney filing a motion to waive the right to a speedy trial and Big U coming to court and saying, I know nothing about this, to me, that's a problem, right? Because the Big U not agreed to this. Now, I feel like what the lawyer plan is, hey, bruh, we cannot give you a real defense if the trial date stays May. Because right now, as it is, without waiving a speedy trial, the trial date is supposed to be in May, which is in is this month, right? I'm sure it's not going to be this month, but probably going to be within 2 months. So, bro, I can't go through 20,000 wiretaps. I can't go through this entire RICO case. I can't go through all the discovery, all the evidence, all the confidential informants, all the snitches, all the material. I can't go through this, bro, within 2 months and give you a proper defense. So the attorney is probably telling Big U, hey, listen, bro, before I blow this trial and make myself look stupid and never get another client again, let me just get off the case. And I think Big U want him off the case too. Now, the one thing that did shock me though is apparently Big U will say that he hasn't gotten the federal indictment. Now, to me, that's just bad lawyer work, bro. Because what do you mean you haven't gotten a federal indictment? Big U has been in jail for about a month or two now, right? A month and a half, and he still hasn't seen his own indictment. To me, that's crazy. And to me, that shows incompetence by the attorney. You got to get rid of him if that's the case.
And it's ironic that Big U said that he never got his indictment or he never seen his discovery. So I'm gonna give it to the brother, man. I was kind of proud of him, man, when he said that he wanted to go per se. He wanted to go per. Because I'm gonna tell you like this: the brother trying to find out who all telling on him for sure, who all made these statements, who the third party cooperation people, and who all the confidential informants. And then also he did another smart move. He kept telling the judge that he do not agree with the continuance on his case, and he wanted a speedy trial. And he was doing that just in case for his appeal.
I've never had a trial. I don't know how this works. I don't know how it feels like to be facing jail time. However, what I can tell you is I don't think it's smart to go pro se, which is Big U is requesting to represent himself. What I don't think is smart is requesting to represent yourself and then also requesting a speedy trial. Because do I believe that Big U will be able to study his entire case, go through 20,000 wiretaps, go through all the material, all the information within 2 months? And then again, I'm not saying he's not well spoken, but then go to the feds and represent yourself in a federal RICO? Come on, bro. I feel like even if you believe you have confidence in yourself that you could be a lawyer, I feel like that's a little too much confidence, bro. To me, that's a disaster. Asking to represent yourself and then also asking for a speedy trial. Now, if you tell me, Big U is extending this trial for 2 years and he's going to study on how to be a great attorney himself and he's going to represent and take a chance on himself, okay, even that to me is a little pushing it. But I think there's absolutely no chance that Big U goes pro se and also has a speedy trial. Uh, Maybe he's going pro se right now to represent himself in these motions, but while he work on a like new attorney. But I don't feel like there's any chance, bro, that Big U will represent himself at trial. That's crazy.
Now, he was smart in that aspect, man. I would give him that. But, everybody's there. Bear Claw, the dude Loose Cannon. This dude Loose Cannon, man, he looked toe the fuck up, bro. This dude looked like he on every drug you can imagine up in there, man. I'm talking about every drug you can imagine. Man looking like George Jefferson at the head. And I'm sure they got barbers up in there or, razors or whatever it may be. Man, the man's appearance is just So they pushed the court date back to July. They're going to come back and have another conference. And they gave Big U a different court date, I guess in 2 weeks, to see if he's going to have new counsel or if he can go pro per or per se like he was trying to.
I can't figure out what the strategy is because if he's representing himself, anything that he's going to get or find out in terms of who's snitching, who's not snitching, won't his lawyer have access to the exact same information? Won't the lawyer be able to receive that same information for him? If the courts will give him information in regarding who's snitching on him or who's not, then won't the lawyer also just give him that exact same information? That's what I don't understand, and I don't see the strategy here. I just see a man who's frustrated with his attorney because he's been in jail for a month or two and still hadn't seen his indictment, still haven't received certain things that he wanted from his attorney, and his attorney is filing to waive the speedy trial for his own self. Well, not because I do believe the attorney had Big U's best interest in mind. We don't want a speedy trial, bro. There's 20,000 wiretaps and videos. We need time to really go through everything. Yeah, I don't understand it, bro. Now, apparently, according to 600, now, again, this has nothing to do with Big U, but these are Big U's people and people who came to court to support Big U. According to 600, he got pressed by a couple of Big U dudes, and a fade almost happened.
The little minions got to pump themselves up to say something to 600 in the presence, right? So we leaving, right? One little buster minion I never seen before. He's my minion. All them dudes are short minions. Little, but I'm like 6'5", bro. Dude gonna say, hey man, let me ask you a question. What's up, bro? I don't even know you, my nigga. Hey man, you got a problem with Big U? Why you come to the court? Why you didn't pull up on him? I said, I ain't got no problem with that nigga, bro. Fuck that nigga, bro. I ain't got no problem with that nigga. Fuck him. And he said something slick. I'm like, you said what? What, you want to hop in the elevator, bro? He like, you, come on. I said, what's happening? Get in the elevator. I'm like, what's happening? He like, what? You trying to fight in a federal courtroom, bro? I said, well, you know what? All right, for sure. It's a public sidewalk right there. Let's get it. We walk out there. What's happening? Well, what you want to do? I said, you's a buster, bro. You's a bitch. He like, what you want to do? I said, bro, whatever you want to do, bro. We right here. What's happening? I can't take off on you, but if you come within a few feet, I can get off on you first. So you either take off or come close and we can get it cracking. He's sitting back popping it. I said, oh, man, you ain't like that, bro. So another little buster, another 50-year-old minion who's about 5'6", walk up nice, cranky Bobby thing. Six, what you on the phone? Six, what's up, bro? Like, what's going on? Oh, and this nigga over here popping it, bro. Mind you, we've been popping for a good 5 minutes before anybody come outside. Finally, the whole courtroom finally see us walk out. He get more theatrics. Well, what you want to do, bro? What you mean? We came out here to do whatever we was gonna do. What you mean? What you want to do? So then, little crank by little bus like, yeah. I said, nigga, you was just nice. What are you talking about now? I'm like, these niggas is nice, bro. Like, man, I said, bro, what you want to do? Man, you outside the court building, bro. Listen, what you want to do? I don't give a about none of that court building, bro. What's happening? What we doing, nigga?
Public service announcement, man. If you love Big U, I understand in urban culture with a lot of machismo and masculinity going around and testosterone in the air, you think you have to defend his honor by fighting. No, bro. If you love Big U, the best thing you could do, bro, is come to court and leave in a single file line and go home, bro. Because if you so first off, now Big U is trying to waive his right to a speedy trial, so maybe bond is out the question. But let's say by chance the trial gets extended and he goes back for bond. What do you guys think is going to happen when the court pulls up footage of people he come to court fighting other people who have spoken about Big U online? Can you imagine the solid clad argument the prosecutors is going to make for why? Yo, if they're fighting people who was just speaking about Big U online, can you imagine what they're going to do to the witnesses once Big U gets out and is able to communicate who's telling? This is not wise. It can't help Big U at all. Fighting 600 in court cannot help Big U at all, bruh. And then also, too, why is anybody bringing violence into the equation right now in this moment in LA? This moment in LA history, bro, where we know the feds is watching every podcast, every channel, bro, they watching every live stream, they watching every creator in the LA verse, bro. A federal agent is probably watching this video right now. Bro, there's probably a federal agent who's assigned to Poetic Flacco YouTube channel, bro. And if you watching, just know I love you, bro. I don't want no smoke, homie. Big homie, if you want me to stop making videos, federal agent, let me know, bro. I don't gotta talk about, listen, I would never dish y'all in no videos, bro. But, y'all not moving careful enough for me, man. Trying to fight somebody, especially trying to fight 600, well, we know the feds probably is giving Big U 600 years to probably send a message because his biggest op is 600. To try to attack this man is kind of like, what? Why? And I think like 600 said too, like how like in like on the elevator, like the fans like saluted him and let him know that they're watching everybody. So if they're watching Big U, then they're probably watching 600. So you trying to fight this man who did nothing to you? Hey man, good luck, bro. Y'all let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think? Is it wise for Big U to go pro se and still request a speedy trial? Let me know. And if you're still watching, click on this video here somewhere on my screen, all right, to find out why King Von Homies just got killed and his ops are already self-snitching. Click on this video right here to find out what I'm talking about. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.